Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 4 of Booktember. Today, as you guys can tell from the title of this video, I'm gonna try to keep this as positive as possible, but we are actually going to be doing a bit of a book unhaul. Every year, I try to do one at least once a year. Normally it falls around fall time because by then it's sort of the end of the year and I've kind of accumulated new books and gotten rid of books that I don't really have any interest in. And I'm really excited to sit down and just kind of purge my bookshelves. I don't have too many because I actually periodically throughout the year sell a few as well. We have a bookstore here called Half Price Books. And while they don't give you the best rates for books, I think that I would just prefer to sell it to them anyway because they're really just taking up space on my shelves. So today I wanted to sit down and kind of do a little bit of a fall unhaul with you. I think I have like 10 or 12, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the first books I have here are actually a series that I just don't want to read. We bought them because of the covers. I don't know a whole lot about them. I'm sorry if these are your favorite books, but they are The Paradise War or Songs of Albion by Stephen Lawhead. We have had these on our shelves for a very long time. They are such stunning covers, like to us, I think that they're just gorgeous, that we actually ended up buying the third one a few times. Like we have a couple of copies of the third book and I don't really know why. My husband and I don't really accumulate our books together. He does have an office with his books. I have an office with mine. He owns, I think, the third one and I own the first 3 for some reason. So obviously we really like the covers and thought that they were really cool, but I haven't read them and I honestly don't even know what they're about. I guess it says, from the dreaming spires of Oxford, Lewis Giles drives north to seek a mythical creature in a misty glen in Scotland. Expecting little more than a weekend diversion, Lewis finds himself in a mystical place where two worlds meet, in the time between times and in the heart of a battle between good and evil. It sounds cool, but honestly, guys, I've just had it for so long and I haven't read it and I'm not in the mood to start a new series. So I'm going to go ahead and sell these and hopefully somebody else will find them and love them. All right, the next book I have here is actually a local author. This is written by, like I said, a local author. My mom actually gave this to me. It is Thin Space. It follows our main character. His brother, I believe, dies in a car accident and he's trying to make amends for that. And the only way to do that is to find these thin space or the space between our realm and the realm of the dead so that he can cross over and I'm assuming talk to his brother or maybe switch places with him. I don't really know, but I've had it for a while. It doesn't sound like something I'm really going to want to read. I'm not really into these kinds of books. It's been on my shelves for a while and my mom didn't like it or didn't end up reading it, so she gave it to me to try and see if I liked it, but I have no interest in reading it. So I'm going to go ahead and also donate this book. Now the next book I have here, I'm actually going to try to find like one of those free little libraries for because it is quite busted. Unfortunately, but I want to buy a new edition of this. It is Poetry and Prose of Poe. So this is all of Edgar Allan Poe's writings. I really like Edgar Allan Poe. I think that he is amazing. I think that when it came to me reading, like required reading in school, Edgar Allan Poe was one of the few that I actually enjoyed. So I am sad to see this go, but I honestly, like, guys, look, I need a new edition of this. But this is how old this is. When was this printed? 1951. So this is quite an old edition of this book, and honestly, it just needs to go. Like, every time I take it off my shelves or move it around, something else breaks on it. So I need to get a new one of this. I love him, but I just need a new version. This book I'm actually really excited to sell because I wanted to read it but never got around to reading it, but I think that it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to like, and it's The Last Girl, My Story of Captivity and My Fight Against the Islamic State by Nadia Murad. I cannot speak today, by Nadia Murad. I don't know a whole lot about this book, but it does say, in this intimate memoir of survival, a former captive of the Islamic State tells her harrowing and ultimately inspiring story. When I read that on, I can't remember where I got this, I think Blogging for Books, which I don't believe is around anymore. It sounded like something I was really going to like, but honestly, it just seems like recently, for me, reading heavy content, like non-fiction heavy content, is just too much for my little heart to handle. I know it exists. I hear about it in the news. I hear about it from family, and I don't really want to read a book about it. But honestly, I think a lot of people will be inspired to read this book, which is why I think I might actually donate this, and then that way somebody can get it free of charge, because obviously this was sent to me free of charge as well. Now this next book that I have here is actually a book that has also been on my shelves for a very long time. I picked this up from Half Price Books not too long ago. Well, not too long ago, within the last year, but it's The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. This is a book that I believe my husband has read something by this author and he genuinely enjoyed it. But essentially it says, the Buried Giant begins as a couple, Axel and Beatrice, set off across the troubled land of mist and rain in the hope of finding a son they've not seen for years, following the war. Apparently the Romans and Britain have stopped warring, but it says they expect to face many hazards, some strange and otherworldly, but they cannot yet foresee how their journey will reveal to them dark and forgotten corners of their love of one another. Sometimes savage, often intensely moving, Kazuo Ishiguro's first novel in a decade is about lost memories, love, revenge, and war. It sounds really cool, and I might consider not donating it if I'm gonna try to read the first chapter of this, but I just haven't picked it up since I bought it. And like I said, I bought it a while ago, and I don't know anything about this author, and it just seems I'm not really wanting to read anything war related. I haven't really in a while, so I'm gonna try the first chapter, see if I like it, but if not, I'm gonna end up donating it. But I'll let you guys know. Now, the next book I have here is just a World War II book. It's on fighting, killing, and dying, the secret World War II transcript of German POWs. This is called Soldaten by Sonke Nitzel. This is a book that is obviously, like it says, the secret World War II transcripts of German prisoner of wars. It just sounds like, I don't know. I bought this, oh, how long ago? Like 6 years ago. My husband and I were just married. I think we were still living in California when I bought this. And I really like war stuff, but I'm not really into POWs, and that's why I kind of wanted to get rid of this. It is done more on like a memoir kind of way as well. It does tell like certain stories, but it also has like a lot of technological terms. It reads, from what I've read, a lot like a history book, and I do not like books like that. If I'm going to read a book about World War II, I either want it to be historical fiction, or it can be, you know, historical, but I need it to be in an easily digestible way. Those books do exist, by the way, but this is just not one of them, so I think it's time for me and this book to just break up, and it's gotta go. It's time. And the next book I have here is a book that a lot of people really like, but one that I just haven't gotten around to reading. I actually bought this on a recommendation from someone. I think I read the first like chapter of it and just wasn't really into it, and that'd be The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chokshi. I wanted to love this book. I wanted to be engrossed in it immediately because everyone I know said that it was absolutely wonderful right from the get-go. It says, Maya is cursed with a horoscope that promises a marriage of death and destruction. She has earned only the scorn and fear of her father's kingdom. While Maya is content to follow more scholarly pursuits, her whole world is torn apart when her father, the Raja, arranges a wedding of political convenience to quell outside rebellions. Soon Maya becomes the queen of Acheron and wife of Amar. Neither roles are what she expected. As Acheron's queen, she finds her voice and power. As Amar's wife, she finds something else entirely: compassion, protection, desire. It just, I'm not really in the mood for like a love story, and it sounds like a love story, and I know it's supposed to be like female empowerment, and like I said, everyone I know that has read this has really liked it. Let me know down below if you think I should keep it, because like I said, I read the first chapter, but I wasn't 100% into it, but I know a lot of people really like this series, so if it sounds like something I'm going to like you know my reading style, leave down below what you thought of it and if you think I should keep it. Honestly, let me know down below if you think I should keep any of these, but this is the one that I really want to know, because like I said, I've had it for a very long time, and I just haven't read it yet, but everyone I know that's read it has either really loved it or really hated it, and I don't know where I'm gonna fall on that spectrum. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Like I said, leave down below if you think I should keep any of these. If you've read some of these and you think that I would really like them, let me know. I know a few of these are pretty random, but I do just have a random assortment of books on my shelves. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing, but I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!